What's up, YouTube? This is Rob. If you guys came across me because you just watched a video that I posted of my wife and I squatting, just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch that video. If you haven't watched that video, go ahead and check it out. It's on our channel. It's just us testing out our squat. We went for a new 1 rep max to try to outperform our previous 1 rep max. We just finished a 12-week training block, and yeah, check it out. Besides that, the focus of today is going to be asking essentially a 3-part question that I will answer myself, and I would like you guys to answer in the comments below. What got you into lifting? What type of programming did you follow when you first started lifting? And are you still following the same type of program? If so, why? And if you're not, why not? Alright, so for myself, I started lifting about 10 years ago. Someone close to me made a comment about me letting myself go. Okay, I wasn't extremely heavy at the time. I was maybe 160, 170 pounds, but I wasn't ever really into working out, so it was mainly just fat. Okay, and give you a little background on how that is compared to what I used to be. When I was a freshman in high school, I maybe weighed 100 pounds and I was about 5 foot even. Okay, and then by the time I graduated, I was maybe 5'7" and probably 140 pounds max, probably soaking wet, to be honest with you. Okay, so if you could, as you can tell, I gained a little bit of weight. All right, it was mainly in my face and my gut. All right, so that's what got me into lifting. Once that comment was made, pretty much came back home from where we were on a little vacation, and I started focusing on learning everything I could. I started getting obsessed with the muscular development magazines, essentially following most of the guys that I would see on the cover of magazines, you know, at that time. One of the guys that I first came across that I really liked was Stan McQuay. I remember looking at him and saying, that's who I want to look like. Okay, so that's what got me into lifting. The programming that I followed when I first started lifting was the type of programming that I saw in those magazines. I was doing the typical bodybuilder, Mondays chest day, Tuesdays leg day, and then I would do essentially every body part once a week. And depending on how I felt, most of the time I took, 1 to 2 days off a week. Okay. Now, if I fast forward to the training in which I'm doing now, I'm no longer following that type of training. I do still perform bodybuilding movements and hypertrophy and stuff like that, because part of getting stronger is also getting bigger. Not that I'll be growing much in this phase, since my focus now is to lean down from where I was, and I'm about 20 pounds lighter than I was at my heaviest. I'm about 182 to 183 now, and at my heaviest I was about 208, with a little bit too much fat on me, and I still have a little bit too much on me. But yeah, so. But now my training, what I'm following is more powerlifting. About 2 years ago, I got into powerlifting. As far as wanting to get stronger, I wouldn't even say necessarily powerlifting at that time, but I wanted my goal to be getting stronger. I got sick of watching people that were way smaller than me being way stronger than me, and sure enough, there's still the same problem. People smaller than me, way stronger than me, but it's okay. But that's what essentially got me into doing that. So yeah, so the first training style that I followed when I wanted to start getting stronger and tracking what I was doing was a DC style training method. If you take a look at, you can look it up online. This guy Dante Trudel invented it, and essentially it's called dog crap training, DC training, and he was real big on keeping track of your weights and doing rest pause sets. So I started getting into that. Then I came across Brandon Lilly. All right, Brandon Lilly was a great inspiration to me. I started doing the cube, so I followed it only a couple times, and I made some great strength gains, got stronger, really liked it. Then later on, I wanted to try something different. I started implementing some of Johnny Candido stuff. I followed his programming, and I liked it. But then I sort of wanted to, my problem was when I would follow these people's trainings, I would always add too much exercises into that where I wasn't recovering enough to grow, and I wasn't just following their program exactly. So it wasn't, I don't really want to say it's their program, but it's what I was sort of basing what I was doing off at the time. Now, fast forward, the training I'm following now is essentially a mixture of everybody's training that I've come across and reading, like the UP style training methods, but implementing it in my own fashion. So Right now my current program is I follow 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off, and I rotate between upper and lower and pretty much just do that. And of course different exercises, but the main lifts stay the main lifts every single time, whether I'm focusing on squatting, deadlifting, or benching. And I generally deadlift the same day that I squat. So yeah, so now I just would like you guys to comment in the link below what got you into lifting, what type of programming or training were you following when you first started, and lastly, are you still following that same type of training? If so, why? And if you're not, why aren't you? Thanks for taking the time to watch, guys, and look forward to sharing a little bit more about myself with you and getting to know everyone else. Take care. Peace.